Ted, you asked me to do a scene from my favorite play. Here it is, A Blast from Our Past. A scene from You Can't Take It With You, written by George S. Kaufman and Mosshart.
Mr. Kirby, I suppose after last night you think this family is kind of crazy.
No, I would not say that, although I am not accustomed to going out to dinner and then spending the night in jail.
Well, you've got to remember, Mr. Kirby, you came on the wrong night. Now, if you'd come tonight, I bet nothing will happen at all. Maybe.
Mr. Vanderhoff, it is not merely last night that convinced Mrs. Kirby and myself that this engagement would be unwise. Father, I can handle my own affairs. Alice, for the last time, will you marry me? No, Tony, I know exactly what your father means, and he's right. No, he's not.
Alice, you're in love with this boy, and you're not marrying him because of the kind of people we are.
Grandpa.
I know you think the two families wouldn't get along. Maybe they wouldn't, but who's to say they're right and we're wrong?
I didn't say that, Grandpa. I only feel...
Well, what I feel is Tony is too nice a boy to wake up one day 20 years from now with nothing in his life but stocks and bonds.
How's that?
Yes, mixed up and unhappy the way you are.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Vanderhoff. I am a very happy man.
Are you?
Certainly.
I don't think so. Where do you think you get your indigestion from? Happiness? No, sir. I think you get it because you spend most of your time doing things you don't want to do.
I don't do anything I don't want to do.
Yes, you do. You said last night that at the end of a week at Wall Street, you're pretty near crazy. Why do you keep on doing it?
Why do I keep on? That's my business. A man can't give up his business.
Why not? You've got all the money you need. You can't take it with you.
It's a very easy thing to say, Mr. Vanderhoff, but I have spent my entire life building up my business.
And what's it got you? Same kind of mail in the morning, same kind of deals, same kind of meetings, same kind of dinners in the evening, same indigestion. Where does the fun come in? Don't you think there ought to be something more, Mr. Kirby? You must have wanted something more than that when you started out. We haven't got much time, you know. Any of us.
What do you expect me to do? If the way you do nothing?
Well, I have a lot of fun. I got time enough for everything. Read, talk, go to the zoo every now and then, practice my darts. Even got time enough to notice when spring rolls around. Don't see anybody I don't want to. Don't have 6 hours of things that I have to do before I get the 1 hour to do something I want to do. And I haven't had bicarbonate soda in 35 years. What's the matter with that?
The matter with it? Suppose we all did it. Everybody going around to zoos. Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Vanderhoff. Somebody has to do the work.
Well, there's always people that like to work. You can't stop them. Inventions, and they fly the ocean. There's always people who go down to Wall Street, too, Mr. Kirby, because they like it. But from what I've seen of you, you're not one of them. I think you're missing something.
I'm not aware of missing anything.
I wasn't either till I quit. I used to go down to that office every day at 9 o'clock sharp, no matter how I felt. I used to lay awake at nights for fear I wouldn't get the contract. Used to worry a lot about the world, too. I'd get all worked up about whether Cleveland or Blaine was going to be elected president. Seemed awful important at the time, but now who cares? What I'm trying to say, Mr. Kirby, is that I've had 35 years that nobody can take away from me, no matter what they do to the world, you see?
Yes, I do see it. It's a very dangerous philosophy, Mr. Vanderhoff. It's un-American. It's exactly why I'm opposed to this marriage. I don't want Tony coming under its influence.
And what is the matter with it, Father?
Matter with it? But it's downright communism, that's what it is.
You didn't always think so.
I most certainly did. What are you talking about?
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. You didn't always think so because at one point you wanted to be a trapeze artist.
Don't be an idiot, Tony. Oh, yes you did. I came across those letters you wrote to grandfather. Do you remember those? No! How dare you read those letters? How dare you? Why, isn't that wonderful? Did you wear tights, Mr. Kirby? Certainly not. The whole thing is absurd. I was 14 years old at the time. Yes, but at 18, you wanted to be a saxophone player, didn't you? Tony! And at 21, you ran away from home because grandfather wanted you to go into business. It's all there in black and white. You did not always think so. Well, well, well. I may have had silly notions in my youth, but thank God my father knocked them out of me. I went into the business and forgot about them. Not altogether, Father. There's still a saxophone in the back of your clothes closet. There is? That is enough, Tony. We will discuss this later. No, I want to talk about it now. I think Mr. Vanderhoff is right. Dead right. And I'm never going back to that office. I have always hated it, and I'm not going on with it. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't make a mistake last night. I brought you here on purpose. I knew it was the wrong night. Tony! Because I wanted you to wake up. I wanted you to see a real family as they really were. A family that loves and understands each other. You don't understand me. You've never had the time. Well, I'm not making your mistake. I am clearing out. Clearing out? What do you mean? I mean, I'm not going to go into the business just because I'm your son. I'm getting out while there's still time. But Tony, what are you going to do? I don't know. Maybe I'll be a bricklayer. At least I'll be doing something I want to do. Ted, our viewers mentioned that they like informational videos. For your next video, tell us all about the conflict in Syria right now. And tell Megan. Durden. Yes, hello, Durden. Hi. Girl. Hop up in there. Girl, get out of the shot. Girl, you're ruining the